Hello, friends. Welcome back to 99 Sport. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. Arsenal fans, this is your video. Literally, I don't do Arsenal content, lots of Arsenal content here because we have a dedicated channel for Arsenal, and that is Cossy's Arsenal Podcast. Make sure you do check it out. But this one is for Arsenal. Impressive as they are. How do they now take that next step? How do Arsenal become world class again? Because Arsene Wenger, in his own words, yesterday, speaking to Bein Sport, he actually said, "Look, Arsenal, are moving in the right direction, but there are few things. There are a couple of things that are actually lacking." Of course, you have time. You have you have to buy players that actually take you to that level, but they are moving in the right direction. The next summer is going to be a very important one for Arsenal. We all know that it's going to be buys that take you to the next level. I think they've done the background work very well, buying the the foundation, laying the foundation. Odegaard in the midfield, Paul Sparta in the midfield. You look at that defense partnership, that defensive partnership between Gabriel and Ben White is actually doing well. And Ramsdale in goal, Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli on the flanks. It is absolutely very, very good. It's actually, it's laid well. But then the question is, do you stop here? And the answer is no. You've got to take that next step. If you want to challenge for silverware, then you've got to be as good as the teams that are defending the silverware, and also the teams that are actually competing for that silverware day in, day out, be it Europa League, be it Champions League. I think the world has actually become more competitive with money. And this is a little bit stupid when I say football has become better with money, because I think at some point in time I'm always going to say money is actually killing football. But if you look at the budgets clubs run, Arsenal last summer spending close to 160 million pounds. This summer they could spend 100 as well, according to all the rumors we have. So Arsenal need to take that step. They need to move on to the next level. And I've suggested 5 players, 5 next transfers that Arsenal need to look at if they are going to take that huge leap. I've gone with 2 strikers. I've gone with 1 midfielder. I've gone with 1 winger. I've also gone with a backup right back. I think with this Arsenal side, it's easy to identify what is lacking, but I think what Arsenal will have to do, Mikel Arteta and Edu, is not. I think the job is not to identify what is lacking in the side. The job is identifying what is that quality, who has that quality that is actually needed to take us to the next level. Right, lads? So let's get into it. Number 1, I've gone with Jed Spence, backup right back. He's playing. He's playing at Middlesbrough, and we're gonna tell you, lads, he's good. He is absolutely good. Now, Martinelli was asked Gabriel Martinelli was asked who is one of those players that really, really very, very hard. Who is that player that has given you lots of challenges in your life? And he said it is Jed Spence. He's good, lads. He's absolutely phenomenal. And I think to take that jump from the lower division to the Premier League, it would be something that is that he would be very, very interested in. And if you look at the project Arsenal are building, it is easy to recruit such players. It's easy to sell this project to such players. And of course, Mikel was speaking about it the same as Xavi. They all have this kind of confidence and belief in their projects and teams. Xavi was saying, look, there's no one who doesn't want to play for FC Barcelona. The same as Mikel Arteta. He says there's so many players out there that actually want to be here, be part of this project, and play for us. But why I've gone with Jed Spence, I thought about Max Aarons as well. But why I've gone with Jed Spence, I think it would be a very, very cheaper deal, especially at a time when Arsenal will need to spend huge amounts of money to correct that forward line that's going to lose. It's already lost Aubameyang. It might lose Lacazette and Eddie Nketiah. So you're looking at a minimum of 2 strikers coming in the summer. So I think in regards to that, in that regard, Arsenal will and definitely have to get to strikers. So you just need to cut the budget. I think for me that is how you do it. You cut the budget in terms of a backup right back. But the reason I love Jed Spence and why I think he's fit for Arsenal is I'm still struggling to believe that Tomiyasu has actually given Arsenal the full package. A player like Trent Alexander-Arnold is giving to Liverpool. A player like Reece James is actually giving to Chelsea. And if you look at Jed Spence and how he plays and the pace he has and the quality he has on the ball going forward, you think Arsenal should think maybe we've got ourselves a cheap generational talent here. So Jed Spence, lads, for me, I think it's a no-brainer. Arsenal have been linked with the player together with Spurs. If Spurs gets him, it will be a total shambles by Arsenal. He's one that can actually come in and automatically displace the likes of Cedric. Maybe he might not displace Tomiyasu right away, but he's one that's gonna come in and displace the likes of Cedric, right away into being that, that immediate backup to Tomiyasu. And with as time goes on, I see lots of quality in him to become Arsenal's main right back. I think what I love about Jed Spence is his ability to create chances and also his quality on the ball. I've said it. He reminds me. When I look at him, I'm like, this is another Trent Alexander-Arnold here. Someone needs to sign this this lad. I think his club will be asking for around 20 million and above, 20 to 25 million. I think it could be significantly lower than that come the transfer summer. So lads, what do you think? Do you think Arsenal should go for Tariq Lamptey, Max Aarons or Jed Spence? But in my opinion, Jed Spence is the man. Economically, it's a good deal. In terms of being a backup, he's a young player that can patiently wait on the bench, and in terms of being aggressive to push through to the first team, I think he's got the talent and he's also got a lot of quality to do that. Right, guys, in the midfield, you have that central midfield area, and I think to tackle that, there is a huge debate here. Look, I think what Mikel has done, he has replicated what Klopp and Pep Guardiola are doing at Liverpool and City respectively. If you look at how he's employing Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka, it just signals what kind of player Arsenal will be going for in the summer in terms of a central midfielder. Now, I think with Partey, he can definitely play very well and very, very comfortable in that role as a single six, as a single defensive midfielder. He can do it. Of course, he always gets that kind of support from Martin Odegaard, who really, really, really has a big work rate. Comes for the ball, picks it up in deeper areas and then progresses with it. At times, finds those really, really brilliant passes. To Saka, Martinelli, Tierney, and Tomiyasu or Cedric, whoever is playing, on the right. And then he's also having this immediate support from Granit Xhaka as well. But what Mikel is trying to do is trying to play Partey as a solo defensive midfielder, and that gives more room, that gives more freedom to Granit Xhaka, which I think it doesn't really use, and that's why Arsenal need a serious central midfielder. So if you have a player there, like for instance, if you have Ruben Neves or Yuri Tielemans, Ruben would not actually be the guy to create lots of chances and spaces for you from deep, but again, he's better than Xhaka. I think he's literally better than Xhaka. But lads, I've gone with Yuri Tielemans. It's been a very, very difficult one for me to decide who comes in the central midfield role, because the goal of this video is how do Arsenal become world class. You still remember that time when Arsenal had Samuel Nasri, Fabregas, Alexander Songbilong. It just reminds you, or it just points to the fact that the philosophy of Arsenal is have the ball, keep it, and then use it against the opponent. It's possession, and in terms of possession, I think what Mikel is trying to do here is keep the ball, keep the ball longer, but then have this kind of quality of players that will make a difference. With it, I think Xhaka is not part of that. Is not part of that lot. He's good at passing. His passing accuracy is okay, but that is the end of that is the end of the road. So I would suggest Youri Tielemans. Now, the reason I'm going with Tielemans over Douglas Luiz. Actually, for me, it is between Tielemans and Douglas Luiz. I think Luiz is also a very, very good player. In terms of progressing the ball, passing it, and also controlling the game. But I don't think Arsenal needs a third game controller. You have Martin Odegaard, who really, really does it very well. Then you also you ultimately have Thomas Partey, who I think is also very, very brilliant at that. I think the only thing Arsenal need now is that kind of player that like kind of Kovacic. Someone that sees a different picture to add to Martin Odegaard. And I think because you have two game controllers in Odegaard and Partey, but you have one player who sees a different picture, who sees something different. You have one architect in that team, and that's Martin Odegaard. You just need a second architect. Cruz and Modric, simple as that. Xavi and Iniesta, simple as that. Ike Gundogan and Kevin De Bruyne. You're looking at, should I say Jadon Henderson? Look, I think Arsenal need a player like Jadon Henderson, Jorginho. If you watch that game, Chelsea beating Newcastle over the weekend, that was special from Jorginho. And everyone is saying, oh, Kai Havertz, that's a nice control. That's a very, very good goal. I think Kai Havertz is class. But the assist for me, it was all about the assist. Because, again, how do you beat Dan Burn? They are literally done everything well, but how do you beat the Newcastle defense given how organized they were? Jorginho. So I think that's what Arsenal need. Tielemans is very good in terms of creating chances. This season is already he's already assisted 3 times and scored 6 goals. I think he has around 8 goal contributions this season in the Premier League. Now, for a player like him, he plays in that kind of pivot, plays far away, but he's more like a hybrid, that kind of player that is not a number 10 and is not a number 6. Literally, he's a number 8, but he gives you more in terms of going forward. I liked it with the Amawulire. I thought Arsenal should have gone with Amawulire. We've been linked with Lucas Paqueta as well. I don't think Paqueta would do the deal, but Tielemans is there for the taking. I don't think he's gonna extend his contract with Leicester City. United, Liverpool are interested, and of course big clubs are interested. But the fact that Arsenal will be back in the Champions League, it gives me lots of hope that they can actually sign him. So Youri Tielemans for me, lads, that's central midfielder that makes your team world class. He is the man. Unless otherwise, he definitely is the man. Moving on, lads, I think Arsenal will need a forward. And this is, I think what big teams do, you have Timo Werner, you bring in Romelu Lukaku, and that's it. You have Timo Werner, you bring in Lukaku. They do it all the time. Liverpool added Luis Diaz. They still have Salah, despite the fact that negotiations between them and Salah are actually not going the right way. But they brought in Luis Diaz on top of Jota, Mane, Firmino, and Salah. And you might just feel like this is too much quality. And that is where Arsenal are going. We are going in a phase of too much quality. You need the too much quality. And that's why our lads have gone with Serge Gnabry. Now, Serge Gnabry is, Serge Gnabry or Gnabry, depends on how you want to call it, is having issues with Bayern. 63 million pounds could do the deal. Arsenal are interested, and I think the project Arsenal running at the moment is too small as compared to Bayern. But if there is a way of convincing Serge Gnabry that this project is going to go bang, he agrees. Honestly, for me, he agrees. I think we can give him the money he wants. We are in that kind of financial situation where we have driven out the deadwood, especially players that were earning lots and lots of money. So if we bring in Serge Gnabry, if Gnabry comes back at Arsenal, you have Salah, Gnabry, Martinelli, Smith-Rowe, and Pepe competing for playing time on the flanks. I think Gnabry is better than any other player, at Arsenal at the moment. If you look at this season, he's already had 10 goals scored and 3 assists. That is 13 goal involvements in the German Bundesliga. He's already scored the number of goals he scored last season. He's already met them. That means he's gonna score more goals this season than compared to last season. And if you look at what his best season is, I think last season, part 1, he had a very strong season, very strong season. So I think Arsenal, if we need to go to the next level, then we need to do things differently. I suggest that lad. And I'm still I'm strongly suggesting that Serge Gnabry, if there is a chance, I think he would actually make us a better side. Now, we need a striker. We need 2 strikers, and I've gone with 2 strikers. I told you at the beginning of the video. Hit the like button if you love the content. I've gone with 2 strikers for Arsenal. Number 1 is Victor Osimhen. And number 2 is Lautaro Martinez. Now, this is expensive. This would be a very expensive. And that's why I've decided to cut the budget for Arsenal. I've eliminated Victor Osimhen from the list. And I've added Armando Broja. So let's start off with Lautaro Martinez. Look, I think what Arsenal need now, and Mikel Arteta has already said it in his press conferences, is goals. You need the goals. You need the goals to compete for the top 3. You need the goals to compete for top 4. You need the goals to win titles. You need the goals. And I think we are the only team among the top 10 that do not have a striker we can trust. Honestly. Let's go. Together with City. Yeah, together with City. Because City and Arsenal do not have a striker they feel, Lacazette is there, but you don't trust him. Liverpool... yes, they do not have a number 9, but in terms of getting goals, they have Salah. They trust Salah, and Salah doesn't disappoint. Chelsea, they have Romelu Lukaku. They have Romelu Lukaku, Timo Werner, and Kai Havertz. I think Havertz is really doing very well in the period when Lukaku is actually being a nuisance. West Ham, they have Mikel Antonio, and his goals are being supported by Jarrod Bowen. And I think he's they're really flying. Leicester is below top 10. Wolves have Raul Jimenez, and I think it's only right to say that Raul Jimenez is a top striker and is very important for them. United have Cristiano Ronaldo. Despite the fact that he's actually not, he's scored 9 already this season. Although they're struggling, but they still have Ronaldo, and we saw it. We saw it over the weekend how important he is for them. So Lautaro Martinez would be the player. This season he's already scored 14 goals. Last season I think he scored around 15. At Inter Milan, he's the man. You need someone to be the brand. To be the name and identity of the project. Lautaro Martinez fits that very well. Kind of Kun Aguero. I think he has the ability to adapt to the Premier League. And if you look at the age bracket, he has arrived. Arsenal going back to the Champions League will mean that we can definitely fight for his signature. Of course, a couple of other clubs will be wanting him and will be trying to sign him. But I think if Arsenal are serious, then we get to sign Lautaro Martinez. And number 5, I've gone with Armando Broja. Now, Armando Broja is on loan at Southampton from Chelsea. Chelsea are in the worst predicament. I think this is an opportunity for us. This is just a chance for us to take advantage. Actually, I would go for Armando Broja and Conor Gallagher from Chelsea. Probably Chelsea will need to raise some funds, and they could make a mistake. But away from that, I think Armando Broja, 6 goals this season in 25 appearances for Southampton. Don't look at that. I know some of you are gonna say, "Damn, Cossy, did you say 6 goals?" But I think he's a young lad. He's played a full season in the Premier League. We've seen how good he is. He has he has the ability to transform. He's not going to be very expensive. He's better than Patrick Schick. and I think he can be a very, very good backup player, especially if you bring in a player like Lutheran Martinez, then you need someone who is good enough to give you the same as Lautaro right from the bench. Armando Broja would actually do the same. So let me know, lads, what do you think about my 5 players to make Arsenal world class again? Am I being too greedy, or you think I'm actually spot on? Speak to you in the next one.